check, 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need, get over the fear, and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles, the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Today we have podcast 234. It is a scenario question, and remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com, and I will get it asked and answered. Also, remember about the coaching program. It is a one-time fee of $11.97 or 6 equal payments of $247, whichever is better for you. And in that program, there are videos and audios and stuff to read and forms and all that kind of good stuff. However, it is also a lot of us talking and communicating. So it's just not a video in a box kind of thing. We have calls on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Some of the calls are Q&A, so you bring your questions, we answer those. Some of them are deal analysis. You bring your deal and we'll tell you how to put it together. And then some of them are on topics. So various topics like seller presentation or how to do a sub-2 deal or seller financing, those kinds of things. You get an accountability coach, which holds you accountable for what you want to do in life, which is kind of cool. And all of that, again, for $11.97 or $247 a month. Enough with the commercial. Here we go with the scenario question. I'm using your 3-page contract agreement and sending it out for an electronic signature. I've had a seller who verbally agreed to a price or on the phone, and they said they were going to get it back to me once they receive the purchase agreement. The seller thinks we should see the property first. I've had 2 other sellers commit to a verbal price, and once they receive the purchase agreement, they say they need more time. What is the best approach to handling these situations? Well, first of all, you only do what you do. So if your business model says everything is virtual and you send out the contract, the conversation that you ask them or have with them up front must say something along the lines of, what is a good email address for my purchase manager to send you an agreement to purchase your property today? So that starts the conversation that they're going to get it all over email. Then during along that conversation, you're going to let them know that we are not going to look at the property before we agree to the price, that we are going to obtain that information from them, agree to the price, and then after that, we're going to send out our inspectors and our people locally to confirm the repairs and the value. And it's important that you share with me what you think those repairs and value are. So we're asking the seller to be super honest. And in most cases, it works fine. We rarely have someone say, no, we don't want to do this. We did have someone last week that said, quote unquote, they wanted to do business with a professional person and they don't know that we're professional since they don't know who we are. Well, gosh. You know what? If in today's world, if you don't understand that you could do business over the internet, over the phone kind of thing, and that you want to do it old school, I guess we're going to lose opportunity in some of those cases. However, it's the business model. If your business is a virtual business model, that's what you do.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through yellow letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Now here's what you can do, and I think this helps a lot, is now we use DocuSign, and I'm thinking maybe you are, since you said you sent the document out for electronic signature. But when you send that out, you kind of know that they've opened it and they're looking at it. So get them back on the phone or say something like this when you call them in the first place. I am going to send you the agreement as soon as I get off the phone. Give me 2 minutes. It's an electronic agreement. And when I see that you've opened it up, I'm going to call you back and let's go through that document. Now, you could even take it one step further. And, we use Ring Central to do all of our outbound phone calling, and they have a great share my computer service function. So if we needed to, we could actually show our computer to the seller, and we can walk them through page by page if we chose to. And however, a lot of the obstacle that we have here isn't in the seller's mind. It is in our mind. We're not doing something that we should be doing, or we're believing a way that we shouldn't be believing. So if you're not explaining completely what's going to happen to the seller, then yes, you're just, they have a lot of wonder, right? But if you're explaining what's going to happen to the seller completely, then there's no choice except for them to, adhere and follow along your guidelines. Because you can't get all the way to the contract stage without them, with them being uncertain of, are you going to come out or not, kind of thing. And yes, I know sometimes it's hard to tell someone, well, I'm never going to see your house before I buy it. However, that's the truth. And so, what we're going to do today is agree on a sales price. You're going to agree to sell it to me. I am going to agree to buy it to you based upon the information you supply. And then once we have it under agreement, we're going to send an inspector out. We're going to send an appraiser out. They're going to value the property. And we'll fall forward from there. And you just have to relay that to the seller in a way that causes both of you to believe it. And I do it way too many times to know that that I do know it's a non-issue. So it's not an issue. You just have to believe in it yourself. Now, like I said, we had one last week that wanted to know that we were a professional business, and I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you prove that you're a professional business. Naturally, I could send them, a link to the California Department of Real Estate, broker's license, and I could confirm that. I can confirm that I'm a member of the Board of Realtors, and I can do all that stuff. But that doesn't really say that, I am professional or I'm not professional. And what those kinds of things tell me is that person's not motivated completely. Because when you have a broken arm, you do not ask the doctor where they got their education from. You don't care. The only thing you care about is having that arm fixed. And if you don't have a broken arm, then we start interviewing our doctors, pick the right one that we get along with, that has the credentials that we want them to have. The skinny ones, the fat ones, the short ones, the tall ones, kinds of things. But in an urgent situation, we don't care. And if a seller isn't in that position, we probably don't have a seller anyway. So stay true to your business model and fall forward. But you can do little things like doing a screen share and actually walk them through the agreement. So good question. I appreciate the opportunity to answer it. And send them in again. Thanks so much. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.